Welcome, everyone, to the Will Coca Podcast. Another 5-Minute Friday. Let's get it started. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in again. This week, I've been thinking a lot about staying curious. In whatever aspect of life you're spending most of your time in, whether it's your day job or whether you have a creative outlet, how do you continue to stay curious in those areas? For instance, with music, when I first started out, a lot of the reason why I'm able to record myself now and produce my music and produce other people's music and produce podcasts for people is because when I first started out, I didn't have the resources for anybody to do this for me. So when I did come to the point where either I was going to pay a studio or somebody to do this one thing for me, I thought to myself, how do I learn how to do this so that I never have to ask anybody to do it for me again? It's really tough to wait for an opportunity or resources to show up when inspiration strikes now. That does take time and it does take discipline. I do remember there were a lot of days where, the fun was happening outside, but I was locked in learning how to use the recording software, learning more about engineering, learning about mixing, learning about mastering. And this is like pre-YouTube. So it was a lot of books. It was a lot of trial and error. It was a lot of doing stuff for free for folks so I could learn how to do it. And later, that led to some other opportunities to continue to learn on how to do videos, on how to take photographs, on how to build websites, on how to do social media management, and on and on and on. I never wanted to have to turn down an opportunity because I didn't know how to do it. I'll learn how to do it. I once was told by somebody, I'm too old. I'm too old to learn. You do it. And I fight that kicking and screaming as much as I can because I truly believe that that's where art dies. If you can't continue to learn or stay curious and evolve what you're passionate about, then you stay stagnant. And that's when the fear of it disappearing becomes a reality. I'll give you an example. I have a song called Empty Man, recorded many, many years ago. It sounds a little something like this.
'Cause I'm not who you think I am. I'm not who I was. I'm not a broken heart to mend. Oh, but I'm not an empty man. Now has come the time to put you away with the memories.
I got to the point a couple years ago where I wanted to redo this song, but I didn't want to do it with any guitars. I wanted everything to be sampled. I want everything to be programmed, and I wanted it to be done 100% in the box. No outside gear other than your interface, your computer, and a MIDI controller. I wanted everything to be programmed, everything to be as modern as possible. And here's what I ended up with.
I'm not who you think I am. I'm not who I was. I'm not a broken heart to mend. Oh, but I'm not an empty man.
I truly believe I wouldn't be able to do a version like that unless I really pushed myself to stay curious and to keep learning. I've done music for a long time, but one thing is I've never wanted to make the same sounding music all the time. And I take that and I apply it to all the different things I do. I started running way back in the day, and then I got into trail running. I fell in love with it again. You kind of have to find ways to keep it interesting. So with that said, I hope you stay curious this weekend. I hope you find a new way to do something you love, and I hope that you can share it with others. You guys have a good weekend. That's been another 5-Minute Friday.